Mickey, Cavan are Ulster champions, 12 points to 113. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, what a start. Game started at 100 miles an hour, and yeah, look at Cavan. We talked about at the beginning that Cavan needed a good start. They had a good start, got out of the blocks early, which set them up nicely, but then they were thrown a hammer blow with the black card for Killian Brady, and that really set them back. In that period, I think there were 7 points for Donegal. And then we thought second half, here we go again with the second black card. But they just hung on. They didn't let it affect them. And then the way they finished. Conor Madden, he came on as a blood sub for Conor Smith, got a point, went off, came back on as a blood sub for Thomas Galligan, went off again, and then he got black carded for 10 minutes in the second half, came back on, got a goal, and he finished with 1-2 to his name. Do you know what, that's something going to be going down in the history books for many years to come in Cavan.
I know, we thought he was going to start here today. Like, he had a brilliant game. When he came off the bench the last day, he got 3 points to his name, I think it was. So we were surprised when he didn't start. And then to see the way he went, as you said, on, off, on, off. I spoke to him there as well. He is just ecstatic. He said, someone pinched me. I just can't believe this is real.
Yeah, I think that's something that we can see from Mickey Graham from the last number of games in Ulster between Down, Monaghan. Thomas Galligan was that man coming off the bench to make the difference, and he's been so good. He had to start today, and I think Conor Madden similar enough in the last game against Down, and then today he just done it off the bench again. So that's something Mickey Graham has in his locker, to be able to bring off someone off the bench that's going to be a huge impact sub. Little did he know he'd be coming off the bench 3 or 4 times.
I spoke to Mickey Graham there, and he basically said everybody wrote us off. So every reporter, every pundit, no one believed we'd do it. So coming out here today, we had no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, like one of the things that that Cavan done, they stuck at it. They just always stayed within touching distance, and that was the worry before the game. And even I thought myself, Donegal were going to cruise through and gain that gap, and it looked like they were going to with that black card in the first half, but they just managed to stay within touching distance the whole time. 2 points, 3 points, it never really stretched too far. And then when they got their opportunity, and like that, they had a few opportunities, they were gone 2 points up at one stage, and I think Martin Riley went to take a goal chance. That was saved. They missed the resulting shot off that. It was Conor Madden that actually hit the one wide from there. Like, they had lots of chances. I'm just looking at the stats here. Donegal had 47 inside 45s. So the 47 attacks, 12 scores, 9 wides or 9 shots off target, and 26 turnovers. So 26 of those attacks resulted in Cavan breaking out with an attack. Cavan, on the other hand, had 37 attacks, 14 scores, 13 shots off target, and then only 10 negative turnovers. So I think that kind of tells a tale in itself. Like, Donegal had the chances, obviously didn't take them, or didn't result in even getting a shot on target. I think their scoring accuracy was up there, but they didn't even get the chance with some of those. There's a lot of balls that were kicked into the full forward line that just came right back out and rebounded, and I think Cavan fed off those turnovers.
Well, we've seen 2020 as a whole. It's a strange old year, and it's just getting stranger and stranger. The knockout championship we've seen here with Cavan today, Tipperary, the Kerry and Cork game. It's so exciting, but it's mad.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the big upset. We're just waiting for someone to take the dubs. And the way Cavan and Mickey Graham are going, look at who knows. But it's Ulster was there for Cavan, and that was their goal. And look at one thing that we mentioned with a few of the guys here is Conor Moyna, Darren McVitie, that opted to travel this year. It's extremely tough for those guys, but very proud. I guarantee you those guys are so proud and disappointed to be missing, but it's testament to what Cavan have done without those two guys. And those two guys, I'm not sure, all-star nominees or man of the matches in games last year. Like, they're two really good star players for Cavan, and to see what they're after doing without those guys, Cavan are going to be thereabouts for a while now with this squad.
Their hunger is what really, I was so impressed with. And against Dublin, I really think that they could stay with them.
Yeah, I think no more than what happened last night. Everyone's living that fairy tale dream with Tipperary now and with Cavan. You just want heading into Christmas to think, oh, maybe it's possible, it might happen. But I don't know. I think we have to enjoy these upsets as it is. I'm not sure if anyone's in a position to catch Dublin yet. After seeing last night, I was very optimistic, but come away and thinking, geez, we're a good way away from what Dublin can do to teams.
I'm working as a pundit here today. For me, anyway, I think it was the best game that I ever covered. It was tough to cover now, don't get me wrong. It was non-stop, but my God, it was something else.
It had everything. I was just waiting for a red card or a penalty. That's all that was missing. It had everything apart from that. The first half, it just started helter-skelter. I think it was 9-7 at half-time, and then it only finished 113 to 12 points. So, like, a lot of the scores were got in the first half. It was the second half, the mistakes started to creep in between fatigue and just probably poor decision-making. But geez, it was a cracking game, and just like it was nip and tuck the whole way through. Like with the black cards, everyone kind of thought, oh, this is it now, Cavan are finished. Goal chance or a point for Donegal, no, Cavan are finished here. But they just hung on in there, and then goal came at the right time.
Just speaking on those black cards, if this game went a different way and Cavan didn't come out the better end of it, I think that would have been the talk. Because a lot of them, they looked a bit harsh.
Definitely, definitely the second one. From what I saw, there wasn't a whole pile in the second one. First one, little bit of contact. Ray McHugh kind of drove at his man to try and get the return pass. It was probably soft. Like when it gets to a final like that, you want teams to be evenly matched for as long as possible. And down to 14 men for 10 minutes can be a huge punishment for something so soft. The black card is brought in to stop cynical fouling, and neither of those fouls, in my eyes, were cynical fouls.
Brilliant. Well, we'll leave it there. Cavan are Ulster champions.
Yeah, it's something that we would never have said before the game or at the start of the year, but this year keeps throwing up a few surprises, and that's the joy in sport, and that's why we all follow it, for that hope that the underdog's going to win. And we're still hoping that underdog is going to come through and win an All-Ireland somewhere.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Mickey.
Thanks very much.